Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bitcoin Addict YouTube channel. Welcome back in today's analysis. Today we're going to analyze the Bitcoin price and the DXY price. Also, we're going to see what is the correlation between the two and what happens if the DXY rises and what happens to Bitcoin if that happens. So make sure to stay until the end. Today we're also going to discuss about potential new trade setup for the Bitcoin price. So make sure to stay until the end. Make sure to smash up the like button here down below. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, as you can see here, right here. So thank you again, and let's now dive straight into it. As you can see here, Bitcoin is forming some kind of bear flag on the 1 hour time frame, and I expect to see some kind of a bounce right now towards the upside, as you can see here, because we just hit on the short-term time frame the Fibonacci 50% retracement zone, which is usually a big reversal zone, which the price tests and then potentially goes back towards the upside. But this bump is not going to be very aggressive. It's going to be very slow, I think, because I'm looking for a potential short position trade on the bigger time frame, because there's a lot of signs telling us that we are potentially hitting some kind of very big resistance. So what I believe is going to happen is that the Bitcoin price is going to head to higher, potentially up to here, around this zone here, and then potentially reject towards the downside. And I'm going to tell you why is this going to happen. So first of all, there is a lot of bearish divergences forming on the 1 hour time frame, as you can see here. We have higher highs creating on the price, and the money flow indicator is creating lower highs, and the RSI is also creating lower highs, as you can see here, both on the 1 hour, on the 2 hour, and also on the 4 hour time frame. We are creating bearish divergences, which is quite significant. As you can see here, also the volume of this pump is slowly fading away, as you can see here. So that is also a bearish indication, which is not very good. If we go on a bigger time frame, I want to also show you that we are hitting quite significant resistance right here, because we are hitting the point of control of this volume profile, as you can see here. We are also hitting Fibonacci golden pocket, which is usually a very big resistance point. And as you can see here, this point of control was before support, very big support, as you can see here, for a couple of days, also here, and now has turned into resistance. So I do believe it's very likely that the Bitcoin price will reverse towards the downside. And if we do not reverse here yet, we might still continue towards the upside around this zone here and then potentially reverse. Though I do believe that we are most probably gonna reverse right now. And this is also mainly because, as you can see here, also on the daily time frame, we are seeing the Bitcoin price creating higher lows, but the volume is creating lower highs, sorry, which is not very good, because it sees, as you can see here, price is increasing and the volume is decreasing, which is not very good, indicating that buying momentum is slowly fading away. So this is my analysis for Bitcoin. What I would do is I'm going to now tell you where potentially enter a short. So let's get back on the 1 hour time frame, as you can see here, right here. And I will potentially enter a short position around the $96,000 level, right around this zone right here, above this high, which we have a bit of liquidity right here. I'm gonna put the stop loss just a bit just above this high right here, just to have some breathing room. And my first take profit will be the bottom of this volume profile, which would be around a 6.15 risk to reward ratio, which is very good. We're gonna risk 1.96, so around 2% of our capital, to potentially gain 12%, which is an amazing trade, I do believe, if it turns towards our side. So that is a very potential good trade. On the 1 hour time frame, though, as you can see here, the volume is increasing, but as you know, the 1 hour time frame is not that significant compared to the daily time frame. But as you can see here, the pump here was, so here we had a lot of buying momentum, but as you can see here, we're now entering the resistance point, and the momentum is slowly fading away, as you can see here. Right here, the volume was very high here, and now the volume, as you can see here, is very low. We're still in the weekend, of course, so volume is very low, but still, as you can see here, the volume is slowly fading away and buying momentum is slowly decreasing. An additional thing, let's also analyze the MACD. So the MACD might also show some bearish signs or bullish. Let's check right now. So on the MACD, on the 1 hour time frame, it seems like we have some kind of oversold territory and also creating a bullish divergence. As I told you, we might potentially get back higher for the short term around $1,000 from actually around three. That could be a long position, but I don't believe it's worth it for the risk. So as I told you before, we might bounce back from here, get around the resistance, and then potentially continue lower. So I wouldn't enter long here. As I told you, we could actually reject here and then potentially continue lower. So I'm not saying that we are going to go higher and then lower. We might directly go lower now, but I do believe we're first of all going to see some kind of pump and then potentially continue lower. Let's actually check on the 4 hour time frame. As you can see here on the 4 hour time frame, we are kind of bearish, as you can see here, and on the 2 hour time frame, we are actually we're kind of neutral, almost at the $0 at the zero line, which indicates that we're quite neutral here on the MACD, but on the 1 hour we're bullish, on the daily we are bearish. So I do believe that in the next couple of weeks or days we're gonna see the Bitcoin price reverse towards downside around the $85,000 level. Continuing with that, we have liquidations on the 3-day time frame, as you can see here, around $96,000, as I told you here before, which is I think around the high right here. Exactly right here we have liquidity above this high. Let me show you better. We have some kind of liquidity above this high, so we might grab liquidity and then potentially to reverse towards the downside to grab potential sell side liquidity around right here. And on the weekly time frame on CoinGlass, we also have quite significant liquidation around the high, as I told you before, around $70 million worth of short position liquidation. And we also have a lot of long position liquidation around $86,000 level, which is very, very close to our short position target, as I showed you before right here. So I think we have a high probability of getting this trade right, because liquidation are usually a magnet for the price. Let's now go analyze the DXY. As you can see here, the DXY is inversely correlated with Bitcoin. So whenever the DXY rises in value, the Bitcoin price usually tends to dump. And it is when the Bitcoin price usually pumps, the DXY usually tends to dump, as you can see right here. So we are currently forming a lot of bullish divergences on the daily time frame for the DXY. As you can see here on the money flow indicator, we are creating higher lows, while on the DXY price we are creating lower lows. On the RSI, we do not have any divergence, so we are neutral on the RSI, though as you can see here we are quite oversold, which indicates usually bottoming out and potential continuation towards the upside, for the DXY, which is not a bullish sign for Bitcoin, because whenever the DXY pumps, the Bitcoin price dumps. So this is a further confirmation that might potentially make our probabilities higher for our short position at the current resistance point that we are having here on Bitcoin. Additionally, let's also check the MACD on the daily time frame for the DXY. As you can see here, we are also quite oversold on the MACD. So again, this is a potential additional sign indicating us that the DXY is potentially reversing towards the upside in the next couple of days. So that's going to be quite bearish for Bitcoin. Of course, I'm bullish on the long term for Bitcoin, but I would still look out for the short term for the next 1 week potential pump of the DXY and potential dump for Bitcoin. And my worst target scenario, I would say, is around my take profit target around $84 to $85,000 per Bitcoin, around this support zone right here. So this is my analysis for today. Thank you again for your attention. Make sure, as always, to smash up the like button here down below. Make sure to join me on Bybit to get up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses by using my link here down below, or by using the referral code, the Bitcoin Addict. As you can see it right here, you have 24/7 support. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact Bybit. Please also make sure to use my TradingView link here down below to get $15 for free when you sign up for your first subscription on TradingView. And additionally, also make sure to follow me on Twitter at the Bitcoin Addict. As you can see here, I post daily news about the cryptocurrency market that might impact the price and potential trade ideas. I will post them here on Twitter whenever they are time sensitive, because usually on YouTube I don't have the time to put it right away, but on Twitter I do. So if you want to get in the moment emergency news, please make sure to follow me on Twitter. Thank you again for your attention. Hope to see you next one, and bye bye from the Bitcoin Addict.